For thousands of years, ancient Egypt was a civilization built on a vast pantheon of gods. From Ra, the sun god, to Osiris, ruler of the underworld, these deities shaped every aspect of daily life, culture, and power. But then, one pharaoh decided to challenge it all. His name was Akhenaten, and his reign would unleash a revolution that threatened to tear Egypt apart. Before he was Akhenaten, he was Amenhotep IV. But he had a vision, a radical new belief that would upend centuries of tradition. He declared that there was only one true God, Aten, the sun disk, the source of all life. All other gods were false. This wasn't just a new idea, it was a declaration of war on the entire Egyptian way of life. Akhenaten ordered the great temples dedicated to gods like Amun-Ra to be shut down. He sent workers to chisel away the names of the old gods from monuments and tombs. Imagine the shock and confusion. The powerful priests, who had controlled immense wealth and influence for generations, were suddenly stripped of their power. The common people, whose lives were intertwined with rituals for a multitude of gods, were forced to abandon their beliefs. He even moved the capital city from Thebes to a brand new, purpose-built city in the desert called Akhenaten, meaning Horizon of Aten. This was his grand project, a city dedicated solely to his new god. But while Akhenaten focused on his religious revolution, the empire began to fray. Diplomatic ties weakened, the economy faltered without the temple systems, and unrest grew among the populace. And then, after about 17 years of this radical rule, Akhenaten died. What happened next is just as astonishing as his reign. The Egyptian elite, the very people he had sidelined, exacted their revenge. They didn't just move on. They decided to erase him from history. They systematically destroyed his statues, tore down his city, and scratched his name from every record they could find. His successors, including the famous Tutankhamen originally, Tutankhamen worked to restore the old gods and traditions. For centuries, it was as if Akhenaten had never existed. He was the heretic king, a man who claimed to be the sole voice of God on earth, only to be silenced and deleted by his own empire. It was one of history's first and most successful examples of being cancelled.